Treat your reading like anki at first. I found for me that this is the way in which you will not think about the content you pick, neither overthink about how should you do your transition to reading. This was literally one of the primary problems I had when doing my reading transition in English, and now in Japanese I basically got rid of that. I'm Ivan, I have been studying English for 3+ years, Japanese for 16 months, and as a calisthenics athlete, I want to help language learners who struggle with discipline and being consistent. When you're doing your first transition to reading, you will notice a lot that you overthink a lot of things. Should I do this genre? Should I read this book? Should I have 95% comprehension so I can do the A+1 sentence mining? All of these things are kind of bullshit, like you're literally not reading a skill, right? You are not doing the work that will get you to actually be fluent in the language or be fluent reading. The thing that you want to do is to not overthink, and you can kind of guess that if you don't overthink that much the activities that you need to do, you will be a person that is way more consistent and people will consider you way more disciplined, which is the point of the channel. You can think about doing the contrary, which is finding a book in which you don't have that much comprehension, which could be going to a book for kids, or maybe going to a graded reader, or maybe even reading manga, because I mean, you don't need to actually know that much because you have a lot of images, right? A lot of pictures. But in reality, this usually is kind of boring because you don't have that much access to a lot of books, to a lot of content. You're literally kind of starting in your reading. You don't have either that much vocabulary in your Japanese, and so it will be super boring because also you don't read that fast, which is another thing. Like if you don't have that much reading speed, usually reading is kind of boring. So that's why I think that you should treat reading as your anki, because it will basically make you treat it as something discipline for 1 hour or 2 hours until you have a lot of comprehension on that thing, and that's when you can enjoy reading now. Okay, so honestly, just do it with whatever book until you can understand that content. So just maybe pick a genre that you actually like, and that's it. Just literally go and fucking read the book. Now, I recommend to do this with a series of books that has at least 10 tomes. So that usually is, like novels usually have at least 4 to 6 tomes, and in this way you will master all of the vocabulary that the author is using in the first 3 to 4 tomes, and then you can actually enjoy the remaining ones, which is the point of reading. Like you actually are being disciplined right now, because at the end you will end up enjoying the thing. Discipline is about putting the hard work now so you can actually get the fruits of it in some months, in some years. So the primary reasons about why I think that you should treat your reading as your anki at first is first because you are looking a lot for comprehension. So I don't think that this is bad per se. I actually do think that you should look for a lot of comprehension, but like there's actually not that much books in which you have a lot of comprehension, and so for this same reason, the books that you will be reading in which you have 90% of comprehension or 95% of comprehension are just books for kids, and it will be boring. This is literally the frictionless option when it comes to being consistent in your reading. When you finish a book, you will notice that you have this other problem, which is, oh my god, I need to pick another book. And what this makes you to do is that you will be thinking a lot about what content you are picking instead of fucking reading, right? And reading is the action that will get you to pass ELPT1. So I think that treating it as your anki will make you be more consistent in your reading in general, and also be less of an overthinker, which in your real life will help you too. If your brain considers easy to read, it will do it more. And how do we make our brain consider reading easy? You literally need to make it frictionless. And how do you make it frictionless? You treat reading as your anki. That's it. Engage with this content if you want more people to know about this, and go to the first link in the description or the first comment if you want my specific help. Thank you.